What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Neo, and I'm back with another video. We're gonna be reacting to billionaires who lost billions. Let me do an intro. Let me start again. Let me do a YouTube intro. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Neo, and we're back reacting to crazy videos. Billionaires who lost billions. Better. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right into it. Alright, let's hop right into this bitch.
Fraud, tax evasion, embezzlement of clients' funds, misappropriation of clients' funds, Ponzi schemes. Today we're talking about 10 billionaires who lost it all. Starting with Chuck Feeney, who amassed...
Do you know how hard it is to lose $1 billion? $1 billion? $1 billion's a lot of money. A lot. Do you know how insane that is? Bro. That's insane.
his giant pile of $8 billion by pioneering airport retail. Chuck Feeney is the man with the plan behind duty-free tax. Essentially what this means is you can buy a carton of cigarettes in Denver, Colorado, not pay taxes on it as long as you wait to smoke until you're in Mexico. You guys are probably thinking, how the heck did Chuck lose $8 billion? Well, he didn't. He actually gave it all away. Chuck gave his $8 billion to fund medical research around third world countries. Stuff like water, medicine, and basic human necessities. Chuck.
Okay, that's pretty heroic. That's actually pretty heroic. I thought it was gonna be over some stupid shit, some lawsuits, some court dates, or some fucking partnership percentages, or something stupid. But that's all right. That's actually a pretty healthy reason. I'm not gonna lie.
The only guy on this list who's not a criminal. Our next billionaire is Elizabeth Holmes, who dropped out of school at the age of 19 and at her height was worth $4.5 billion. She started a revolutionary blood testing company called Theranos. Theranos claimed to test for diseases with only one drop of blood, which, if true, would have completely changed the whole medical industry. It turns out this Steve Jobs wannabe was completely lying. Theranos is not...
Nah, Steve Jobs wannabe is crazy. Steve Jobs wannabe is crazy.
To test for diseases with a single drop of blood. Now, Elizabeth Holmes can be seen eating dinner in prison, all thanks to John Carreyrou, a New York Times journalist who exposed Elizabeth for her...
What's that meme? You're going to jail. You're going to jail. That's exactly what just fucking happened right there.
Sam Wiley is our next billionaire who lost all his...
Wait, whoa. We're not gonna just go speed by that like you didn't just say that. So she said a drop of blood, you can... So how much blood do you need to really solve, find your issue? Like, do you need like an ounce, a liter? Well, a liter is crazy, but what do you need? Milliliter? Like, what do you need? But jail time is crazy. I know this video is only 8 minutes long, but I wanted to know the background of that one.
Sam Wiley and his brother made their fortune by owning art stores like Michael's, but little did the SEC know, they were actually the board of directors for many of these companies. Sam and his brother were trading millions of dollars of stock. With all of his profits, Sam and his brother housed this money in offshore trust accounts to hold things like artwork, jewelry, cars, and other fine items. Sam Wiley was charged with federal tax fraud by the IRS as well as the SEC. So what's the moral of the story here? Pay your taxes. Don't hide your money from Uncle Sam. He's always gonna come get it. Patricia...
That isn't the worst outcome. 3 to 5. If I said to y'all, be 100% honest, don't lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. If I said to y'all, you have to spend 3 to 5 years in jail, but you'll be a billionaire, you're going to jail. 100%. For a B? Come on, you're fucking lying, broski.
Our next billionaire who lost it all amassed her money through divorce. Patricia can thank her billionaire status to her ex-husband, John Kluge, who at his height was worth $6.5 billion. Patricia was awarded $1 billion from her ex-husband, deemed by the court, as well as $1 million a year for the rest of her life. Now, what did Patricia do with that $1 billion? She invested in a vineyard in Virginia and eventually went into business with Donald Trump. Now, how did Patricia lose $1 billion? After her vineyard operation failed, Donald Trump stepped in and offered to buy the vineyard at way below market value. And of course, Elizabeth agreed. 1 year later, she was actually fired by Donald Trump. Our next billionaire, Bill Hwang, who spearheaded
Nah, losing $1 billion is crazy. Sorry guys, don't mind me scratching my body out. We went on a beach walk last night, and I got fucking absolutely eaten up. I've been rubbing aloe vera all over my body. But nah, selling your company and then being fired by the person who bought it off you is insane. Insane.
Capital Management was
What's his brother's
responsible
name?
for the loss of $20 billion
What's his brother's
of his
name?
shareholders. Bill Huang made all of his money. Huang, who spearheaded Archegos Capital Management, was responsible for the loss of $20 billion of his shareholders.
Damn. Bill, get it together, broski. What's going on?
Huang made all of his money by buying and selling small companies. Billy Huang was operating out of a secret family agent office, which essentially means he was using his family's last name as an investment advisory business. He was luring in clients using his religious faith and investing this money into super risky bets. And how did he lose all of his money? Bill had all of his clients' funds, that's right, all $20 billion of it, invested in a single big move. During the 2020 market rally of COVID, when tech stocks took off, Bill's portfolio went down. Bill lost $20 billion in just 10 days. Bill got a call from his brokers, and it was not a good call. This call had forced Bill to liquidate all of his assets in order to pay back the losses he suffered during the 2020 tech rally of COVID.
Wait, he paid for it though. He could pay it off. So we only lost. Okay. Wait, whoa. What I'm about to say might sound insane, but he only lost 20 billion, and he managed to pay it back. I don't really see the issue. He didn't go bankrupt. He didn't lose all of it. He sold his assets to pay it off. I might be missing something.
Billionaire Alberto Villar. Now this crazy dude was an investment advisor, so he handled his clients' money and helped invest it safely. Well, at least we thought so. He ended up taking millions of dollars of his clients' funds and putting it into the tech boom in the 90s. This turned him into a billionaire. Now,
Damn.
Alberto was a real selfish piece of shit. Instead of redistributing these funds back to his clients as any normal investment advisor would, he spent all of his money on plaques around opera houses in New York City. In 2005, Alberto was convicted with tax fraud and tax evasion, resulting in a pretty hefty prison sentence.
Yeah,
Alan Stanford, who ran the second largest Ponzi scheme in history. I mean, this guy was taking money off people who didn't even have money. He was going to old people, telling them that investments were safe, when in reality, they were not safe. This guy ran the second largest Ponzi scheme in history. How he did this was by ripping off old people. Took $1 million from Aunt Betty, bought a jet with it, and then took another $1 million from Uncle Bob and paid off Aunt Betty with that. And really, this just turned into a repetitive cycle of not paying people back. In essence, this is what a Ponzi scheme is. Obviously, this is highly illegal and very unsafe, and the FBI eventually caught up to this guy and charged him with 110 years in a federal prison. The charges listed in the...
Nah, 110 years, I beg. What? They go that? Can a brother ask for some change? Nah, TikTok's gonna clip that out of proportion. But all I hear is he borrowed a little money from, Aunt Susie, asked Bob for a little bit of money, paid Aunt Susie with Bob's money, Big Bang Boo, cycle repeats. I get the whole point of borrowing. I get that, and you disguised it as an investment. Sure, completely understand. But damn, is that illegal? Man, I need to do my research on the law. I'm behind.
room for Alan Stanford were fraud, obstruction of justice, misleading the shareholders, and tax evasion. Alan only had the second largest Ponzi scheme in history. First place...
Sure, this is too early in the morning for me. Okay, wait. Someone in the comment section or someone somewhere, please inform me on this. If I ask a family member to borrow money, and then I ask someone else to borrow money, and then I use the second person's money to pay off the first person's money, and then the endless cycle repeats, that is 110 years in jail? Or is it because he disguised that as an investment and it's like a business and lawsuits and forms were signed and shit like that because they made it legal? But if I just ask my family member for money and I ask another family member for money and I do what he just did, is that also illegal? Because I'm very confused.
2, Bernie Madoff, who ran the largest Ponzi scheme in history.
Bernie
Madoff ended up stealing a total of $65 billion from charitable organizations.
Not off charity. Not off charity.
And just your average everyday Joe. In this endless cycle of investing and never getting your money back, Bernie ended up with a fortune. Bernie was convicted to 150 years in a maximum security federal prison, as well as being charged with not only 10, but 11 federal felonies. Bernie ended up rotting away in his jail cell and actually passed away on April 14th of 2020 with a net worth of negative $17 billion. Second,
they didn't have to do broski like that. They didn't need to do that to him. They didn't need to do that to him. Negative $17 billion net worth is insane. They didn't need to do that to him.
Last, we have Jordan Belfort, as we all know is the great Wolf of Wall Street. This guy was a real piece of work. He pretty much would call up random people and try to sell them very speculative, highly risky penny stocks, which pretty much were companies that had no foundation or no support. They were brand new companies starting up in garages some places. Now, how this worked is Jordan and his buddies would call up unsuspecting victims and try to sell them stocks. If they seemed like a gullible person, Jordan and his team of wolves would use high-pressure sales techniques to close the deal. Eventually, Jordan Belfort did get up to billionaire status, which is all thanks to his 50% commission on the dollar for every penny stock he sold. Traditionally, these kinds of people only get a few bucks from selling a stock like this. Jordan and his team were clearing hundreds of dollars per penny stock sold. Belfort's reign of financial terror ended abruptly when he was charged with federal tax evasion and money laundering. This landed him a cozy 22 months in prison. Now, the craziest part about this story is you guys can actually find Jordan Belfort across college campuses around the US giving motivational speeches on how to be a good salesman. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but particularly, I don't think I'd enjoy hearing sales advice from a guy who stole millions of dollars from grandmas across the country.
Well, let's not word it like that, my friend. He was, what's the word I'm looking for? A hustler. Any means possible kind of guy, you know? We don't need to do all this down talk and insulting, my friend. Nah, I don't give a shit. I don't really give that much of a fuck. Call him what you want.
I will admit, this guy's a really good salesman. He's essentially the Tony Robbins of Wall Street, so I'm sure the advice he's giving is good, and I just really hope he's not telling people to call up unsuspecting victims and try to sell them worthless, volatile penny stocks. Last but not least, we have our favorite crypto villain who is greatly responsible for everyone's stigmatism toward the crypto space right now. Sam Bankman-Fried. Fries. Bankman and his team founded Alameda Research, which is now formally known as FTX, which was an ever so popular crypto exchange back in 2019. However, that's not where our story ends, guys. Sam Bankman-Fried decided to go into other various business endeavors, such as money laundering, misappropriating client funds, and
this brother right here did all these crimes. Damn. Really? Money laundering. Wait, let me see.
Wow.
Misappropriating funds and stealing. 25 years in jail. Broski looks no more than 30. He has to be there till like 55? Fuck hell.
Sam traded his Givenchy and Gucci suits for a nice old government-issued jumpsuit.
Wow.
He is now in prison for 22 years and
nah, this nigga's held a pocket. This nigga's a pocket holder. Oh my days. Look at him. He doesn't belong there. He doesn't belong there. Someone get him out. Oh my goodness. Broski, I know the nigga beside you looks terrifying, but you'll manage, don't worry.
You can see he's made some new friends. So it turns out stealing millions of dollars from clients' funds and money laundering and fraud is very illegal. Sam will probably...
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm gonna get the FBI at my door after this video. But nah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say it. And that's the end of the video, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to go to the gym.